everyone, and welcome to the second layout for the January kits, and this one is going to be a flower heavy and journal heavy layout. So I've got this photo of me and my son when he was very little many years ago, and I'm just using that big flower cluster sticker that came on the 12 by 12 sticker sheet to start the whole page off. So I've stuck down my photo and I'm just using, this is black fun foam that I'm cutting into strips and adding to the back of the sticker, and then I will add it to the page and get going from there. Stupid me, you watch this in a moment. I don't know where I'm putting it yet, so I'm just having a play. And let's see what happens, see if you notice. Are you going to notice? So I pat it down to stick, and it doesn't have any glue on it because it was a sticker. I was like, yeah, it'll stick to the page, forgetting that I'd put fun foam on it. So I pull it back up. Power of editing, you didn't need to see me put glue on it, but I thought it was hilarious when I was editing, so hopefully you've seen my little faux pas and thought it was funny too. So I'm just pulling out the ephemera. This was one of the first layouts, I think the second layout maybe, or the third layout that I've made with the kit, so I still have lots of goodness going on. And even though I have done many layouts already, now that I'm doing this voiceover, I still have lots of ephemera. It feels like it's going to be one of those kits that's going to take a lot to kill. So I'm just pulling out every single flower and leaf item and just trying to position them in an order that looks appealing. I'm thinking that it'll be nice to go across the page there from left to right at the top and then down a bit as much as I can, and I end up going nearly all the way to the bottom of the right hand side page. And as I go along in this ephemera kit, I'm finding these little pieces that are going to make a nice cluster over here, and this is one of those clusters that I had really loved in the layouts that I've made with the kit. I just like the way that all the different pieces all collate together to make that beautiful embellishment cluster. So, still finding lots of flowers and leaves, and I'm just pulling them out, and I haven't even looked at any sticker sheets yet. This is just, other than that big sticker, this is all just die cuts. So, having a play, I'm going to start gluing and using double-sided foam tape as well to put some embellishments up on dimension and some flat to the paper, and that is going to be how it all forms the layout. It already got stuck. So adding some wet glue for this one. I find when you're doing a cluster or things like this, when you're trying to tuck them in, wet glue works much better because it's got a bit of movement. You can move it around the page. With double-sided tape, you sort of struggle to it's not impossible, but it's a bit of a struggle to push it in under the layers and not get it caught on everything that's going on. So I find wet glue is nice and easy without having to the hassle of, fighting with its position. So this one's going up on some fun foam. Even though those two die cuts were so similar, putting one up on fun foam means that, and layering it over it, and the other one is under the existing cluster, means that they look different and they stand out, but because they're the same, they go so well together. So as you can see, I'm just building out this cluster, putting flowers and leaves where I think they visually need to go, and just drawing down the cluster down to that bottom right, or close to it. Obviously I don't go all the way. So layering some on top of the sticker as well. You don't want everything just all to be so defined in its, borders so that nothing collates together. You want it to all be part of a big embellishment cluster, part of the whole layout, rather than, oh, here's item A and all the way over there it's item B and in the middle is item C, and they're so close together they're meant to be a cluster, however they have no attachment to each other, no link, no flow. So then in my eye, that would not be the way I'd want to be forming my layout. So just making sure all of them are stuck down, because some of them I did just tuck in and I had forgotten a bit, and I had a hair, one of my hairs fell out, and I was just brushing that off. So ripping that little vine leaf cluster in half, and I'm going to tuck him in there, and then this little guy over here. So you can see I added, well, there's the rose that started that all off, but you can see I added one of the flowers in that leaf to just round out the embellishment cluster so that it didn't, you know, look opposed to what the rest of the page had going on. You definitely want to carry some similarities in your page, whether it's color or theme, you know, or icon. It's nice to have that flow across your page. So I really like the way that bingo card added some nice I was going to say texture, because I'm always about the texture. Add some nice interest to that embellishment cluster, and actually use the other one in a nice cluster as well. I think on Project Life, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So that is fun. I really like the way, like I already have said a million times, the way the clusters come together with this ephemera. It was good to match the two types of ephemera plus the exclusives. So good work, Steph. So just going to add this little bird just for a little pop of the blue colour. Just like the way that it stands out. Just adding him on right on top of the flower cluster. And then I'm going to get set on the rest of the page. I wonder what you guys would do with all that space. What, you know, pause the video and comment down below. What would you do at this stage to fill up all that, or would you not fill up that white space going on under the photo? Let me know quickly. And the answer is, drum roll, lots and lots of journaling. So journaling is not something I get deep and heartful and write a lot on my layouts. I just add little snippets usually, and every now and then I might write a little bit, but this is epic journaling to me. So I draw my lines and then I go and write. Don't let you watch me write all that, because obviously that would be pretty mundane. So come back once it's all journaled, just finishing it off. But I wrote it in the now, remembering about that time in our lives. So that was a nice sweet little thing to do it in that context, rather than be like, oh, today we blah blah blah, when obviously this was 12 years ago, almost 13 years ago. Oh, maybe 12 and a half, because he's obviously not newborn. So yeah, about 12 and a half years ago. So I'm not going to remember everything that happened that many years ago. That's crazy to think. He's going into high school this year, so it is very crazy. Year 7, a high school student, and very mature for his age, and very proud of him. So anyway, that was really unnecessary, I guess, but nice to brag about your children when you can. So there you go, just adding a pink doodly border, just to bring in some of that pink. I didn't want to do black because it would blend in with the journaling too much, especially down the bottom. The pink just gives it that pop of colour, like a border to border the page, but also to bring in that pink that's already happily going along the page there. So rating the puffy stickers. So nice to add puffy stickers. I think they should be mandatory in all layouts. Adding this one over here, which I believe I swap out. But yeah, so let me know down below. Hopefully you guessed right when you paused it before and guessed what you were going to fill the white spot with. Well, I guess it's right, because I did ask you to write what you would do with that white space, not necessarily what I would do. But also, I wonder if anyone's written this much journaling on a page, or, you know, dedicated such a layout to mostly journaling. Let me know down below. That'll be interesting to know and to hear about. And if you can share it, then we'd love to be able to see it. So that cut apart word there just says love, obviously, and I've added that up the top. And I'm just using my blue gel pen now to do a dotted dash, or is it a dash line border around the photo. Just bringing in some colour and giving it a border, because did you notice, and I'm sure you did, I didn't put any photo paper layers behind the photo. And in fact, there is no pattern paper on this layout. It is all embellishments and pen and puffy stickers, and just it goes well. You don't even know that it's missing paper until you point it out on a video that everyone is watching. So lovely little doodly heart, and I'm just doing those finishing touches that will just round it off. Some more leaves, because I've used all the flowers other than the ones in the Vicky Buden sticker sheet, and I think there's some on the 12x12 sticker sheet, like border flowers. I figured I better use these leaves, otherwise they're going to just sit in the kit and not be used, because you can't just randomly put leaves on without a flower, unless, yeah, it'd be pretty hard. I'm sure it's not impossible, but it'd be pretty hard. So just outlining this heart here. I like to do that when they're not sticking out enough, you know, like bold enough. I added that butterfly before, and that is the layout. So here's some close-ups, and you can see all the layers and the texture that is going on in the embellishment clusters, and a bit of the journaling. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today and that you've communicated down below. Catch you tomorrow. No, catch you next time. Bye.